When the power goes out, short term or long term, we are still going to have to prepare meals and food for our families. Wouldn't it be nice to have an inexpensive, readily available stove that you only have to put the fuel in one time? A stove that the fuel is easy to get, easy to store, will last nearly forever, is safe to store, is safe to use, and most people use this fuel on a regular basis already. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't you like to have a stove like that? Well, you can, and you probably already do. Do you have a cinder block laying around anywhere? Would you like to turn that cinder block into a 2-burner stove? Hello, my name is Les, and I want to welcome you to the Cheffprepper channel. And in this video, we're going to turn a cinder block into a 2-burner charcoal grill. So let's see if we have a cinder block laying around anywhere. There's a couple or three. There's several. There's another one. And there's one. I think we'll use that one. So I'm using a stainless steel table that you've seen in several videos as a platform for my charcoal grill. But you could put that on any kind of a platform you wanted, or you could set it on the ground as far as that goes. So we're going to need a way to create a little bit of airflow under our cinder block. You can use 4 tea candles, one under each corner, or you could use a broken cinder block under each end. Going to also obviously need the fuel. We're going to need some kind of a grate or a grill. I'm going to put the charcoal in and get started. And I'm going to use these little charcoal starting cubes. I'm going to start the charcoal down inside the cinder block, but you could start your charcoal in a charcoal chimney. It would be easier, a little more difficult down in these. But this is not a video about how to start charcoal. It's using this cinder block as a charcoal grill. So however you prefer to start your charcoal, do it that way. I want to use the charcoal down in the cinder block while it's burning, because I want to take advantage of the flame and the heat before the charcoal gets to where we would traditionally say it's ready to grill over. I want to make some coffee, and such times as we're preparing for, you might want to boil some water to make it safe to drink. So I want to take advantage of the heat and the flame from the charcoal before it's actually ready to grill over. No charcoal in that one yet. That one's getting going. Those of you who are wondering, I'm putting charcoal about halfway up the block. Looks like our water is starting to boil. And of course, if you can boil water, you can heat up any kind of canned food. Soup, stews, ravioli, whatever you might want. Our coffee's been percolating for 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes. So I'm gonna have a cup and we're gonna move on and do some other things. Next, we're going to grill a couple hot dogs and fry some eggs and sausage. Hot dogs are going a little bit quicker than I thought, so I'm gonna have to get those done before I start over here frying the eggs and sausage. Hey, just like a regular grill, huh? Looks like those are done. We're not level here, obviously. We are going to try to grill a hamburger. The charcoal is burning down quite a bit, but I think we can still do it. Of course, if you're in a bad situation, you can put a few more briquettes of charcoal in here, and you can keep this going and going and going as long as you need it or want it. We're well past the 1 hour mark on our charcoal, so even though it's winding down, an hour of cooking time for 2 burners, that's a pretty good use of fuel. If you use a setup like this, when you flip a burger, you definitely got to hold the grill down. Maybe some of you guys can come up with a better grill than what I have. If you're wondering, this grill is a warming rack that I bought when I put together the $20 Dollar Tree grid down kitchen that you can see in this video. Mrs. Cheffprepper is going to have her a hamburger. All right, so what do you guys think about the 2-burner Cinder Block Charcoal Grill? This was the first time that I've tried doing these things with the grill. You might have noticed I was a little iffy on some of those things because I'm learning right at the same time with you guys. If you should decide to use this, you do need to practice. You need to practice on getting your charcoal started, because it's a little difficult if you start it in here. Decide whether you want to do it in here or in a charcoal grill. You need to figure out how much charcoal you want inside each one of these. I initially put about, fill the holes up about halfway, maybe a little bit less. I'm close to 1.5 hours into burning the charcoal, and it's still hot enough that I could make a few more hot dogs or a few things. I couldn't do a lot of heavy duty frying now. But at any point I could have put more charcoal in, let it burn and catch up, and we could have kept this going hours on end. So for me, I like the stove. The fuel is easy to get. Put it in a 5-gallon bucket or some kind of a container. You can keep charcoal for nearly forever. Put your fuel in one time and it's good for an hour. If you put a little more than I did, you could probably get 2 hours out of it. Cheap stove, most of us already have them. Fuel's easy to get, relatively cheap, burns a long time, it's easy to store, you can cook nearly anything you want on it. So what do you guys think about the 2-burner charcoal stove? Is it worthwhile, or was it just a waste of time? It might have been that. So what do you guys think? When you make a comment, don't forget to look at the description box. There is a link to the items that I used in the video, and there's also a link to our Amazon store. You guys have been visiting our Amazon store, and I want to say thank you very, very much for doing so. If you like videos about do-it-yourself stoves like this one, we have an entire playlist that you will really like to see. This one here.